bureaucratic rich boys and all that crap and wanting global. Oh, fucking YouTube. Well, we're trying to figure out how to stay alive here on YouTube, but we keep getting kicked out or something. So I don't know what to make of this. I don't know. But anyway, as I was saying, uh, the government is corrupt, right? And there's no sense voting another government in, like from them guys, because it's going to be the same shit, different pile, right? So boycott the election, guys. That's the message we're getting out here in this little video here. And this ain't even worth putting up. We're going to see if any people come in here. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Because if we're live, there should be somebody coming across this thing. So we'll give it a bit here and see if we get any folk to come in and join us. Because it is a big deal. I don't have to save this footage, so anybody want to get in on the conversation? Well, now's the time. We just sit around and have a smoke, I guess, whatever. Uh, Christ. But it says we are live. And live we are. So if you want to come in and put your 2 cents in, you're more than welcome. Because after all, there ain't nobody else here. And that's kind of what it feels like, when you got a political agenda and the government is pissing you off. And what do, eh? Well, what do? I mean, if you go to the government, are they or are they not going to listen to you? For the longest time, I always found that the government didn't want to listen to you, like whatever. And then I started doing a little research about who's running the government and how they're running the government and all that stuff, and find out that, well, our government's been kind of like hijacked by a bunch of fucking globalists, rich kids, and all this shit. So we have to stand up to them in the Yellow Jackets movement, right? Because if we don't, well, the country you grew up in, the country Canada, it ain't going to be Canada anymore, if they have their way. But the problem is, a lot of people, they don't get involved. They don't get involved. They go to their 9 to 5 fucking job and they're not looking around. It seems like they don't give a shit or some fucking thing, because where's the awareness of people joining in to, you know, make a statement? You know what I mean? I mean, that's all it really, as far as the Yellow Jackets is concerned, is come out and make a statement and be a part of history and getting your country back and your government back. Okay. And that's why I'm part of the Yellow Jackets movement, because if there's a way to help get the government back in order, then I'm all for it. If as long as it's peaceful, doesn't include anybody getting killed or shot up or beat up and all that kind of shit. Hey, I'm for it. And these guys are legitimate. This new government that's coming in, okay? Everything is legitimate, okay? And they are of the people. They're standing up for the people. And that's why they're forming this government, and they're working so diligently with it, and they understand the wording of The government lingo. Okay, very important, that we understand the government lingo here. Okay, because that's a big factor. We have to understand the government lingo. All right. So these guys worked on this 5 years or so, and they've made some moves on the government and stuff like this. Okay, so these guys know what they're talking about, and the CPU, the Canadian People's Union, it's a good thing. I'm not knocking it. I mean, but I think it's just going to take too long to get to the objective. Okay, the objective is to take back the House and do it civilly. Okay, these guys can be brought up in front of a judiciary. What do you call it? De jure. No, let me think now. Give me a second now. Okay, jury. Okay, we can form a jury under our act, under the Canadian Charter. Okay, they can form a jury, and this is the way it's going to go. Now, them seats got to be filled. They need lots of help. Okay, so stay tuned in my channel. Get involved. And that's the only way, Canada, we're going to make a difference, because it's a state of emergency, and they're not even putting that out. I mean, of course they don't, because they want to hold power. So boycott all the elections. Don't vote any of these guys back in. I'm going to give you more information about the new government as we go. And let me tell you, this is the only way I can see cleaning house. Doing it civilly, law-abidingly, and according to our government rule. Or I mean, our land rule. I mean, our heritage, our Canadian heritage here is playing a big part in what is going to be happening. Everybody, it's not a panic. It's going to be just a minor shift over, and shit's going to get done. Elections will still be held and all that kind of stuff. This isn't anything else but an emergency stance, okay? In order to get this done. So I suspect that this is going to take place, and also I find out though that the RCMP are a fucking corporation. The RCMP are a corporation. Can you believe that? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you that we've got a corrupt government, and I'm going to stick by that, because they're not listening to the people. We're supposed to be under a democracy. This doesn't look like a democracy to me. This looks like a fucking a corrupt government. Okay, because they're not listening to the people. Across the country right now, the yellow banners are going up. Trudeau's trying to play it down. He's not out there trying to apologize or out there to talk to the protesters or anything like that. I mean, this guy's off his fucking nut. He goes in there and he talks all kinds of bullshit. Doesn't even wave to the flag girl. Okay? A girl was sitting in the audience. She had a flag, was waving a Canadian flag, was waving it, had her hand up. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask a question? The fucking nutcase didn't. I'm talking about Trudeau. Didn't even ask her what the fuck. And that's our prime minister? Really? Really? Okay, well, I say that he's taking the gloves off the cops, and we're taking our stance, guys. We want a legitimate government back, and that's what we're headed for. So I'm going to find out more information and get it back to you as everything I can, and I stand behind these guys 100%. They are doing their due diligence and fighting for our fundamental freedom and rights and the whole shebang, our sovereignty, everything. Okay. So there's no other protest more important than the Yellow Jackets protest, because it is the ultimate protest to fix this country. Any other protests that are out there talking shit about, oh, you know, it's the pipeline, or it's this, or it's that, or it's, it's all bullshit. Okay. The only protest that's going to make any difference is getting our country back on track, getting our bank back the way it's supposed to be doing business. And that's not charging us interest on the fucking money that the bank, I mean, this is crazy. We're paying interest to ourselves. Okay. Are charging interest to ourselves. Okay. Through our bank, our bank. This is a Canadian Public Bank. Okay. We own this. This is a government bank called the Bank of Canada. How fucking stupid are we? We're paying ourselves our interest. Like, I mean, this is fucking ludicrous. Okay, this government is off the rail, and selling our sovereignty out to the United Nations. Bad move. Okay, that's not going to help our country. That's going to just destroy our country. You look at Sweden and you look at Germany and all that stuff that's gone on. This is got to stop. Okay. That anyone watching this or gets to this video, get involved with the movement if it's still moving, because this is not the way to run a government. A government for itself is not for the people, and it certainly isn't helping us. Because this deficit thing is a joke. They've hijacked our country. Okay. And shit's, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming to light here, and something's very wrong. Okay. When they start to introduce a tax nobody wants, a carbon tax. Now, come on. That was from the people. Was the carbon tax from the people? No. The carbon tax is from Mr. Trudeau and his little crony friends. Okay. This government, the whole fucking government, is corrupt. Okay. To be fucking doing this. Okay. I'm getting it out there because I am a Canadian sovereign citizen and I have the right to free speech. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get myself personally, I'm not getting hijacked by this government. I'm putting it out there, people, that if you want to live under a corrupt government, then go ahead, vote. But if you want to straighten out the government and get it back in line for the people, then stick down the path I'm going. Because I'm not voting and never will vote for a corrupt government. Okay. So it's out there, people. I'm putting it out there. Okay. It's up to you and it's up to me. It's up to all of us. It's not just me. I'm just getting the word out there. Okay, guys, till next time. This is me getting the word out.